thought I would do it is how we value these picks is Draft Sharks put out some players that, would be similarly valued to an early first-round pick, a mid-first-round pick, a late first-round pick. And I know it's kind of early in the game to sit and look at trade partners and go, okay, that guy's going to have an early first-round pick, that guy's going to have a mid-first-round pick. But for our exercise, I think it's going to help us kind of properly value these 2025 picks. So we're going to start with an early first-round pick, and I'm going to say that this is somewhere between the 101 to the 103, and let's just call it a single quarterback league. Okay, let's not do super flex. So Draft Sharks, a similarly valued running back would be Kyron Williams. So would you trade, or which side do you want to be on, the early 2025 pick or Kyron Williams?
The early 2025 pick.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Just because I have some concerns about Kyron Williams long term. Like for this season, I think I've been proven wrong for this season thus far, but I think Blake Corum's sitting right there. And if anything happens, all of a sudden, Blake Corum's the guy you want. And we know that Kyron Williams is a little bit undersized and he dealt with injuries last year, so I agree. What about early round pick or DJ Moore?
How early? Top 5?
Yeah, 101 to 103. Somewhere in there.
101 to 103.
Yep.
First round pick.
Yeah, I think I would take the first round pick. Last, and let's just say it's a tight end premium league. And what about Brock Bowers?
101 to 103 again?
Mm-hmm.
See, some of these that's tough because I'd probably just lean and take the first round pick, but in a tight end premium league, Brock Bowers, that's really tough. It will absolutely depend on what my team structure is like there. The tough part is if it's 102 to 103, it'll be easier for me to take Bowers. You know what? No, Bowers. No matter what, I've made up my mind.
Yeah,
Bowers.
I'm going Bowers there too because I think
like Benty a lot, but sometimes this is the part of the season where I start to fawn over some of these prospects, and so you just gotta ground yourself in reality sometimes and say no. Just take the elite tight end asset in a world where there really aren't any of those anymore.
Yeah, I'll give you a few more names. Drake London,
first round
early first round pick. Okay, I'd go first round pick there too. What about Puka Nacua?
First round pick. Puka.
Yeah, Nacua. Yeah, I'm getting
first round pick.
I'm gonna go first the rookie pick as well.
Is it still early to mid, like 1 to 5 there?
No, 1 to 3. We're gonna go 1 to
still 4. 1 to 3. Then yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's so
Puka if it's 1 to 3.
Yeah, so we'll go. Now we'll go with the mid first round picks, and we'll go mid like anywhere from 4 to 8. So similarly valued running back, according to Draft Sharks, would be James Cook. Do you want the first round picks 4 to 6 in the rookie draft? Pick. And again, we're talking single quarterback. So you want the first round pick. Yeah, I think I would take the rookie pick as well.
This is before we keep going. This is why you need to know where your team is at right now, because there are a lot of teams that are probably not like right now. There are still so many teams that think they can win. So your ability to get picks out of people, because even like these middle round picks are still acquirable right now for these people. There are people who don't know their team well enough, whatever it may be. Maybe they're 2 and 3. They think they can fight out of it. Here, take James Cook for your first round pick. You got this. No, they don't. But you got, Travis Hunter, maybe. So this is why you evaluate your team, because as you could tell, as we're going through these picks, I think we're going to continue to lean rookie picks, but let's keep going.
All right. T. Higgins or like the 104 to 103 range of rookie pick.
Rookie pick.
Yeah, I think I would take the rookie pick there as well because I'm conflicted because I think T Higgins is eventually going to get a wide receiver alpha role somewhere else, and at that stage, like I think his value is probably going to go up. And that's probably when I would look to trade him. That's kind of been my position on T Higgins literally since like last offseason. Let's keep on moving. Here's a pretty easy one. Dalton Kincaid or the rookie pick.
Rookie pick.
Yeah, I'm taking the rookie pick too, as much as it pains me to say that, because I do think Dalton Kincaid is, gosh, I want to say he's a buy low, but I'm just not sure. The way that the Bills are using him is so bizarre for a team that took him in the first round. I don't know what to say about it. Like, it's just it's bizarre. I'll throw you a couple more names. This one, we might have some recency bias, but Chris Olave or a 2025 mid first round pick.
I'm going to take the first round pick again.
I'm going to take Olave.
Why?
Because I believe in the talent going forward, and I just think he's a really good player. And the mid first round pick,
Chris Olave, the Saints wide receiver too.
Oh, come on now.
He's getting more. He's not even earning more targets than Shaheed. How are we going to treat him like a mid to, like, we didn't even take T Higgins. How can you take the pick over Higgins but not Olave? Because I'm more inclined to take Higgins. Because I was just about to ask you, if you're a competing team for a championship and pretend it's not a late round pick, you're actually giving up the equivalent pick that we were just talking about in all those decisions. You're a competing team for a championship. How many of those players do you end up selling those picks for? Because I would sell that pick for Higgins if it's to win a title.
Yeah. Not a lot. I would look for a different player than Higgins, because Higgins has been way up and down.
I would too, but in a vacuum, if that's my only choice.
Sure.
I'll take the upside that Higgins gives me in a Cincinnati Bengals offense.
Yeah, I just think, and maybe I'm holding on to false hope here, but I just think Olave is way more talented, and this offense, for whatever reason, just deciding to feature an inferior wide receiver in Rashid Shaheed, because Clint Kubiak's clearly, like, if you watch that game against Kansas City, clearly trying to push the ball down the field, and I don't know. When you watch the all 22 of that game, Chris Olave was wide open, like on those post routes on the outside, like time and time again. And yet Derek Carr wasn't throwing him the ball. He was checking it down. I don't know what to say about that, but I still believe that Chris Olave is still a pretty good, really good player. And I just, long term, I will make the bet on Chris Olave. But again, that could be me just being stubborn. But they're pretty much like, if you look at keep trade cut, like player 46, and I guess this is super flex, but it doesn't really matter in this instance. Like player 46 is Chris Olave, 2025 mid first round pick. So I guess it does matter, but like you kind of get the point. Like they're very similarly ranked at this stage. So we'll go one more name, and actually no, we won't. We'll move on to late first round picks. Derrick Henry or a late first round pick, but late first round pick 9 to 12.
I would rather have. It's always. I mean, rebuilding. Obviously, I'd rather have the first round pick. Contending, I'm definitely taking Derrick Henry. So that is one of the very few where I'm gonna have to draw a line in the sand and say, like, I can't. Like, there are two distinct perspectives here.
Yeah, and when I'm trading a first-round rookie pick, by the way, like, I'm almost always doing it if I'm a contending team. Therefore, I think my pick's going to be late. And a player like Derrick Henry is the exact kind of player that I'm looking for if I need a running back. Short-term production, yes, but that late first-round pick, especially in a single quarterback, is going to be less valuable than you might think. And it's like the perfect trade too. Like, it's their rebuilding team needs to get Derrick Henry off their roster. Not sure why they have Derrick Henry in the first place, but and they need rookie picks. Like they need capital. So that is the perfect pick. Maybe they had like Christian McCaffrey, Puka Nacua, and they thought they were going to have this awesome team, and it just didn't go the way they wanted it to. All right, so let's go down the list here. What about Devontae Adams or a late first-round rookie pick?
Late first-round rookie pick.
Yeah,
Devontae,
I'm not sure.
We're getting a change in situation. Like we're not guaranteed that 33% target share that we were in Las Vegas, and he's getting older. And if he goes to the Jets or the Ravens, I think both of those are just like, all right, see ya. If you have someone that's excited by the opportunity of him being in either of those two spots, I mean, please ship him today, ship him tomorrow, ship him yesterday. You got to get him off your team.
Yep, I'm 1,000%. I don't care if I'm a contending team. I'm trading Devontae Adams for a 2025 rookie pick. That's how I feel about this one. T.J. Hawkinson or a late 2025 pick.
T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one. I feel as though, like, when you look at
for both sides of that, really competitive or rebuild.
Yeah, no, it's like you look at T.J. Hawkinson, and he's still, and I get it, like keep trade cut is not tight end premium per se, but he's still like ranked 90th overall, like tight end 5. But just think about what's happened to the tight end landscape, and he's still just tight end 5. Like, we talked about it on our last show, the fact that T.J. Hawkinson could still swoop in and be the tight end 1 overall in the season. Like, it's still a possibility. So, yeah, I absolutely would take T.J. Hawkinson there. I don't know if we have enough time to get into second-round picks, but let's just go like with a general. Would you take a second round pick or this player? Let's just do a few here. James Conner or a second round pick. 2025.
I think I'm just gonna. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. For the older players, I'm gonna take the stance of a competitive team, and then younger players, I'm gonna take the stance of a rebuilding team. Just to make things easier, because I think this is another one of those things where it's like, all right, if I'm a rebuilder, I'm obviously trying to get out from under him. If I'm a contender, I would much rather have James Conner. So as a contender, James Conner.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like that is a perfect trade. If you're trying to get rid of James Conner, I think a second round pick is totally fair for his age and production. What about Khalil Shakir or a rookie pick?
Second round pick.
I'm taking the second round pick there as well. And at tight end, what about George Kittle?
I'm taking Kittle.
I'll take Kittle as well there. Let's go just for some more, just for kicks and giggles. I'll throw a few more names out there. This is a really bad time for my computer to freeze. What about Cooper Kupp or a second round pick?
Cooper Kupp.
I will take Cooper Kupp as well, especially now because he's still hurt, but he's him and Puka are going to come back soon,
right?
And I absolutely love that Rams offense when it's cooking. Amari Cooper, second round pick.
Second round pick.
I wish they had a better quarterback. Because
it's just
like Amari Cooper
switching to Jameis this year are so low unless Deshaun gets hurt or quits.
It's so stupid. Like it's literally like the owner being so stubborn.
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but listen, Kevin Stefanski, if you're listening, I know you're not, but if you're listening, shame on you. Seriously, shame on you. I don't know how you sleep at night, letting down the other 52 people in the locker room whose paychecks rely on the gameplay of the Cleveland Browns. No one believes that 4 is the starter, yourself included, Kevin. And because of ownership, because you're afraid you'll get fired, you're letting that pedo stay out there starting football games just being an absolute embarrassment to the sport, humanity. I mean,